What's up, YouTube? First and foremost, shout out to all my subscribers. Thanks for rocking with me. Run those likes up, drop a comment. All that really helps push my content out. If you don't know what to say in a comment, a smiley face, hi, a wavy emoji or whatever. Doing that kind of stuff really does help push my content out, and I really do appreciate you. If you do want to send me a donation or show some love or bless me, my Cash App is AlienAscend, same as my YouTube name. Put that link in the description. Thanks for rocking with me. We're growing every single day. I can't wait till I get to 1,000 or more subscribers, so I can go ahead and go live. I actually did find out I could go live right now, but it will only send it out to 25 of my subscribers. So when you get over 1,000 subscribers, that's when you are not limited. And I don't want just how does the algorithm even choose 25 people? What if the first 25 people it sends a notification to, they're all busy? I want that notification to go to everybody. So keep rocking with me. I can't wait. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. I appreciate it if you like this content. I am homeless. I live in my car. Been like this for quite some time. If you want to know why I'm homeless, I have that video out. I have a bunch of videos, so take a look at it. But I'm gonna jump into it. Homeless on Christmas Eve. This isn't my first time. I've been homeless on Christmas Eve in a vehicle before. I've also been homeless on a Christmas Eve with no car at all, like straight living on the streets. I have seen comments where people say things like, if you live in your car, it's not homeless, it's houseless. I use different terminology. I use it like, homeless is living in a car, but then living on the streets is no car. So I'm homeless in a car living on the streets, but I guess it's just semantics. It's not that big of a deal. Another thing too is I've been getting a couple comments yesterday. Well, not just I've been getting a couple comments. I do get a lot of comments, and I read and respond to like 99.9% of them. So that's really cool. I always at least say thank you. I really don't get bad comments because at least you take the time to write something for me, which is cool. If you're misinformed, I have no problem letting you know that. If you're just flat out saying something, ignorant, at least you still took time to write it out, and I still probably will respond. It's just how I am. But I've had some comments. A perfect example is yesterday. I got 2 comments saying, was I around the North Carolina area, and if I was, they'd be willing to help me. And of course, something like that is extremely thoughtful, and it really does touch my heart. You guys got to kind of remember something. When you're watching me on videos and stuff, you get to know me, and you get to maybe trust me, and hear my stories and stuff, right? Which is great. But when somebody offers something like that to me, one, I'm not around that area, so I wouldn't be able to accept anyways. But number 2, it's I don't know you. You know what I mean? If somebody walked down the street and just said, I most of the time sleep at truck stops and rest areas. If I'm sleeping in my car and somebody was to wave at me or knock on my door, which that would piss me off. If somebody knocked at my door, that's a no-no. I don't want anybody getting close to me like that. But let's say that I was walking to the bathroom, out of my car, or doing something outside my vehicle, like cooking or doing something, right? If they were to offer me a place to stay or something like that, I would not accept. I wouldn't. They're a stranger to me. You know what I'm saying? If they wanted to help me out and give me some money, that's never happened. I guess I look too clean shaven, and appearance is really important to me, and that's okay. I got a buddy at the truck stop, and he sleeps in his car, and kind of watch out for each other a little bit. That dude, he gets he doesn't ask for any money or anything like that, but he goes around, and when he's checking the ashtrays at a truck stop, they kind of have like a lid thing to it. And I don't smoke or anything like that. I don't smoke, don't drink, no drugs, clean record, all that good stuff, right? He goes around and he checks that, and he checks that about, like once every hour, I think. When he's checking that stuff, he looks flat out rough. You can, there's times like, I've been polite to the guy before. He had some sweatpants on, and it literally looked like he made a mess in the front and the back of his sweatpants. And I told him, I was like, to the untrained eye, it looked like you shit and pissed yourself, buddy. and I said it kind of like that to make him laugh a little bit and not be impolite. That particular day when he was checking the ashtrays, a car saw him doing it and wouldn't give him $10. The people that hold signs and fly signs around here, they paint a real big target on their backs. One, people aren't generous like that. Number two, you know, in that particular area where I sleep at this particular truck stop, we're in the hood, and it's ratchet there. You know what I mean? And one of the reasons why I stay there is because they're not going to kick anybody off the lot. You know what I mean? There's pluses and minuses. They don't care what goes on there. They don't even take the trash out the damn selves. They leave messes and stuff like that. And staying there, you know, I know that I'm not going to be asked to leave. You know what I mean? In good areas, there's signs saying no overnight parking, or only parking for trucks, or you know, RVs and stuff like that. They you know, it's just the way it is. Nonetheless, yeah, that dude, you know, sometimes gets some money by checking that stuff. And I told him, yeah, what about getting sick, bro? You know, he doesn't cut the filter off or anything like that. He does check them. And I was like, I seen people do, when I living on the streets, I seen people do that. And what they would do is just take the tobacco out and like roll it, roll a cigarette or whatever. I seen them do that so that they're not putting their mouth on something, you know, on something else. Like, you know, they're not putting their mouths on something that, you know, a stranger did. But nonetheless, my whole point on that is that, yeah, it does touch my heart. If you do want to help and you want to shoot me a donation, that's one way to do it. But you got to remember, I don't know you. You know what I mean? Like, I know you through the comments, but I don't know you. Like, if somebody says, you know, you could stay at my house, I have to decline, because I don't know if that person's crazy. I don't know what their intentions are. You know, I've also rented rooms on other videos where I talked about renting rooms when, like, I got myself, you know, off the streets, you know, when I was living on the streets, and when I lived in a car before, renting rooms. And every time I rented a room from somebody, whether I knew them or I got it from the newspaper, because this is a while back, like, this is, you know, quite a long time ago. The internet isn't what it used to be back then. You know, newspapers were still a great way to promote and you know, say that you got a room for rent, or you know, find jobs through newspapers. That was a big thing, you know. But yeah, it's never worked out in my favor. And you know, I know that some people have good experiences with it. I haven't. I had it where I literally, like, left one fork in the sink, and the dude came busting in my room, and it was the same day that I paid him up front for the rent, come busting in my room at like midnight, and I had work in the next day, I believe, and he came in there busting there screaming about a fork. You know, like, he never said, like, hey, don't ever leave a dish in there. And what's crazy is I did the dishes that night, and I washed a bunch of stuff that was his stuff, man. And then I guess after I washed the dishes a little bit later, I decided to get something, and all I dirtied was one fork, and I didn't think anything of it. You know, I just left the fork in there, right? And he came in there, busted in the door, and I was like, dude, what the hell's wrong with you, man? Like, where I come from, you don't do that, you know? Somebody's sleeping, you don't come running in the room, especially when this is my first night there. I don't know you, you know what I mean? He did that. So I was able to contain myself and try to keep it civil, and I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And he's like, I want you out. You left the fork in the sink, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, I paid you up front, bro. I paid you up front. You want me to leave? That's fine. Where's my money? And he did give me the money, so I didn't, at least I didn't get ripped off. However, him doing that took me about a week or two living in my car at the time before I could, you know, rent another room. But every time I've stayed at places, they've always stolen from me, you know. It could be as simple as you know, me leaving stuff there and them saying it's okay to come back in a couple days to get it. Most of the time they'll steal my rent money. Like, I've been asked to leave before, and I had just gotten paying rent. And I have, you know, I know that when I hear stories like that, I always wonder, you know, there's always three sides of something. There's my side, their side, and then you know, what really happened. But I can tell you this much, like, I'm not playing victim here, but I didn't do shit to be asked to leave. One time I got asked to leave. It was a lady who we went to a dinner, and they were doing cards, so we were gonna play poker. And while we were there, it was a small little poker game, like $5 ante, not $5 ante, $5 buy-in, and then like your ante was 25 cents. And I caught her not throwing in her antes, and she was dealing from the bottom of the deck. we were playing Texas Hold'em, and we were also playing 5-car stud. And when we were doing it, like on the Texas Hold'em stuff, I saw her dealing from the bottom of the deck, and flopping on the river and not throwing her ante in. And I didn't wait a whole lot. I wasn't sure if I caught her the first time of not throwing the ante in. So the second time that she didn't, I said something, and I said something because at that point she was dealing from the bottom of the deck. When she did that, and I might not know the theory of what can happen if you deal from the bottom of the deck. I just know it's cheating. Like, I don't know if, was she passing certain cards to certain players at the table, or was she just doing it to be a bitch, or was she trying, what she was trying to do. I just know that you're not supposed to do it. Like, I'm not a card shark, but I know I can, I watch somebody's hands and I know what they're doing, right? She does that, and I go ahead and I call her a card shark. I call her a cheat. I was like, dude, you weren't, hey, you weren't throwing in your antes, and I just saw you dealing from the bottom of the deck. You're a card shark. She, of course, anytime you catch somebody stealing like that, especially if they're not like, if they try to be like a reasonable person who's law-abiding, and then they cheat, they definitely will lie, like keep lying. They don't ever want to admit anything. And I asked at the table, I was like, did anybody else notice this? And they're like, no, we weren't really paying attention. And then she thought it was like, oh, I was just, saying something to make her look like, crap. But the truth is I would never make an allegation like that unless it was true. I did, and then I was asked to leave, and she never. I asked her because I just paid rent like a couple days before or something. I was like, hey, need my rent money back. If I can't stay here for the rest of the month, you could take a little bit of it. Sure, why not? But I want like 90% of it back. She never gave it to me, So those are some of the stuff. Christmas Eve, like right now, I'm out trying to work. Not even out trying to work. I've been out here since 6:30 in the morning, 6:37. I do gig apps, and my gig apps are going off. I'm getting offers and stuff, but however, these offers are horrible, man. Like, it's Christmas Eve. Are you giving me bad offer? Like is nobody putting tips on there because they're gonna give me a cash tip? Probably not. I mean, there could be a chance of that. So I'm getting a lot of offers. However, the offers I'm getting are not it would cost me money. It would cost me money. It would cost me time. And it would cost me opportunities. However, today is still young. I'm going to be out here for several more hours. So maybe things will pick up. It's this is to me is like can be a very sad time of the year, right? I think about my grandmother who I lost. I think about the things that I appreciate. I think about the material things and things that I worked hard for that I lost as well. And it does bother me. I'm not a robot. I hope everybody is having a good Christmas Eve. I hope everybody is with family. I hope or people that they consider family, and hope that they're number one, being safe, number two, that they're very happy, and I hope that they everybody appreciates what they have. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everything, and that's what one of the big things that helped me stay positive. At least I have a car. It does stop me from getting wet when it rains. And if you can see right now, it looks like it's going to be raining in a little bit, but then again, who knows, right? But there's a lot of times where it does save me from that. When it's cold outside, these things aren't really insulated like that. You really have to run the heater to stay warm. Like if I didn't run the heat, if my heater didn't work, it sometimes feels like this is an ice chest and it's colder in here than outside. But this thing does stop the wind. You know what I mean? So I become grateful and I'm very appreciative towards that. There's like I know that there's people out there that let's say for example all they got was $100 gift, and I'm saying all they got. To me that would be huge and amazing, right? To them they're like, oh, they didn't get their brand new car. I have like no experience with ever having a silver spoon in my mouth. Growing up as a kid, there was a lot of Christmases that we didn't get anything, or what we got was nothing but drama, whoopings, and that kind of stuff. I have a video about my traumatic childhood. it wasn't being pushed out by YouTube because I guess it was too graphic, but me bringing it up and using it as an example, it is getting views now. So that, you know, I'm going to continue doing that because I really opened myself up in that video, and I hope that people check it out, and I believe that it can help some people. You know, that's, you know, that would, you know, that's one thing I'm extremely appreciative of is YouTube. Even though that I don't have a big channel and stuff like that, I do have people subscribing. I'm almost at 400 subscribers. At 1,000, I can go live and talk to you guys. At 1,000, I could possibly monetize this channel. You know, one of the biggest rewarding things and appreciation is all the comments that I get. That 90%, you know, like 90% of them are all positive and stuff like that. I didn't expect for that to happen on YouTube, you know, and that, you know, like I didn't expect that I would even get viewers, you know, and stuff like that. And evidently, I guess I'm good at telling stories, or my content is appealing or interesting enough, and that's really, really cool. There's a lot of stuff that I want to show you guys that unfortunately I can't on here, and you know, my channel's not big enough. I've talked about how I made a Patreon, and that I would love to show you guys and talk about other stuff. Like perfect example, I didn't sleep very much last night. There was a bunch of drama that happened over at the truck stop that I sleep at. More than drama, I really can't get into what I witnessed and what happened. It's too graphic, but nonetheless, you know, I might not be able to take my phone and turn the camera on and get like 2 inches away from something happening, because I know that there's YouTube videos where people do that stuff, but I wonder the authenticity. You know, like some of the prank videos where people are, you know, giving somebody a really dirty look. You do that where I'm at. There is no talking. There is no, oh, we got a camera there. They don't care. You know what I mean? And I don't know if those are actually true videos or not. You know, they could be fake. They could be paid actors, kind of like a Chris Angel show. You know, fake responses. I have no idea, but I know where I'm at. I wouldn't be able to turn my camera on like that. Could I be in my car and do it? Yeah. Could I step outside my vehicle and turn the camera on? Yeah. I just can't get up close like that. You know what I mean? And if I was to do something like that, I would want it where whatever I was videoing to go directly to the cloud, right? Going directly to the cloud, where it's like, you know, it's stored. If it's just on my phone, what if something should happen to me? They destroy my phone, and if they destroy my phone, they destroy the footage. You understand? So, you know, I stay very appreciative around this year. You know, a lot of my plans didn't work out how I wanted, but that's okay. You know, sometimes you got to plan that your plan's not going to go very well, and you keep adapting and moving forward. That was yesterday's video. Basically, things that don't go to plan. Staying on my grind, always making a video every single day. I've been hopefully I've been uploading a few of my stuff to shorts. Hopefully that's not bothering you guys. I have no idea if it sends you a notification or not. It's I'm just basically taking like 3 or 4 minutes of like some of my videos that are, you know, that have higher numbers or higher watch times, throwing them on YouTube Shorts. So people will, you know, it's like 2 different algorithms from my understanding. They'll check those out on Shorts, and if they like it, they can subscribe to me, and then at their convenience, they can check my other videos out. So it's me trying to tap into both sides of YouTube. You know, that's the strategy with that. But you know, what am I going to be doing for Christmas Eve? Hopefully getting some good orders. You know, make a little bit of money. Have some food. I'll make a video on Christmas Eve. I mean, not Christmas Eve. Today's Christmas Eve. I'll make a video on Christmas, which is tomorrow, and on tomorrow's video, I'll talk about that stuff. But I can tell you, as of right now, I got like 4 friends that have gotten me stuff for Christmas, which is you know, and I don't know if I've talked about that or not in yesterday's video, but a couple days ago I got a text message wondering what size sweaters I wear, what size hoodie, what is my waist size, what is my shoe size, and it's I got a friend group, and all 4 of them basically decided to go ahead and buy some clothing for me. At least that's what it sounds like. And the day after Christmas, me going over there and getting my gifts. I feel a little bit funny about you know, getting stuff without you know, giving, but I did get some stuff for them as well. Not much. Not much, but it really hurt my pocketbook, tell you the truth. But if somebody wanted to give me something, that'd be one thing. It's another thing if it's for Christmas. Like if it was my birthday and people wanted to give me gifts, that, you know, I wouldn't feel weird about accepting them. I do feel weird about accepting something that's a Christmas gift when this is the time for giving, and there's a lot of other meanings to it, and a lot of them I keep really private. It really means a lot to me. But I got them stuff, and that so evidently the day after Christmas, I'm gonna go to one of their houses, and they're all supposed to be there, and also supposed to be getting some food, like their leftover food, like they're gonna make me a plate and stuff like that, which is really nice. So basically, it's fend for myself for today and tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll let you guys know. I know that I'm not doing any gig apps. I'm just probably hanging out at the truck stop all day or the rest area. Not sure. I got to see how what spot seems the best tonight. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. At least that's what the plans is the day after Christmas. But staying positive out here, and staying vigilant, trying to make money, applying myself. Also, I've had comments of people wanting a tour of my car and my setup and some of the things I do. I'm happy to do that. That's not a problem. I just need to go into an area where like I can't do it where I sleep at the truck stop. I don't want there's bad elements, man. I don't want people knowing how I have things set up in my car. Like you guys, people on YouTube, sure. I don't want to be like popping my trunk and showing, and going through my seats and showing the whole inside of my car and some of the like how I sleep and the stuff that I have with me. I don't want to do that where I sleep at, because then that's basically like that's like walking around with a big old wallet showing all your money or whatever. Like it's not like what I have is very expensive, but yeah, out here people, it wouldn't matter. People bust windows just to get 25 cents out of your ashtray or something, or out of your little console. They see change, they're willing to break a $200 window to grab it. Imagine what they would be willing to do if they saw some socks I have. You know what I'm saying? And it literally can be like that. So that video is coming. There's also been some comments wanting me to actually show the process of me doing DoorDash and Uber Eats and some of the other gig apps that I use. That content will come as well, but the hard part with that is I only have one phone, so I can't be recording myself and then using a navigation system on my phone and then clicking that I've arrived and taking pictures and stuff like that. How do I do that with one phone? It's going to be a while for that, but I would love to show it to you guys. I'd need a second phone or a second camera to do something like that. And then of course, when the navigation system was to tell me, I've arrived at a certain address, I'm going to have to edit that, because for privacy, I don't think people who order DoorDash really want their address or their names on the internet like that. And I'm not going to do that to anybody, even if somebody is really, like a crap head. I understand that, on here, people have done that where they got tip baited, stuff like that. If I got tip baited, I'm not putting your name on the internet or anything like that. And I do get tip baited, man. That's one thing that I didn't expect or plan for, is that, that I was hoping people would be a little bit more generous around Christmas, because I'm picking up stuff for them, man. Little to no tips, really bad offers. There's a lot of offers. There's maybe, and people could say, oh, it's your acceptance rate, or it's your location. Like, let's say for example, somebody's like, come to Vegas. DoorDash is really good here. That may be true, but there's going to be things in Las Vegas that make things harder. Like there's risk and rewards and balance, and I'll talk about it. The price out there is like almost $7 a gallon or $6 a gallon, right? It's more expensive. I also have been to Vegas before, and I have tried to do DoorDash, and I can tell you this much: the amount of apartments that are there that if you live there and the gate keys, the gate codes to get inside there. Hold on a second, there's somebody pulling next to me. But all those apartments, it's going to take time for you to learn all those to understand what the gate keys are, or otherwise you're just sitting there and waiting forever until you've got to contact the customer, and hopefully that takes a few minutes, or you're out there waiting for somebody to pull in so that the gate opens and you can go ahead and get in there and do your delivery. Then also on top of that is there's the truck stops down there. There is no overnight parking for a lot of them. In fact, it could be almost all of them. I don't know that. I don't know. I didn't stay out there long enough to find out. about a week. Yeah, there's BLM land that you can stay, and if you stayed there, well, I'm getting sidetracked. Basically, what I'm trying to say is if somebody says go to this area, you'll make more money. Okay, that might be true, but am I spending more on gas now? Do I have a safe place to park at? Do I have the time to learn that area and learn that market and learn the little ins and outs of, okay, this street is okay, this apartment's okay, or this is what the gate key is for this one, or hey, don't go down this neighborhood at nighttime because it's dangerous, things like that. Also, finding a rhythm with all of it. Like, hey, if when I'm doing this, which bathrooms are good, which bathrooms are bad, what places, which restaurants are quick, which ones take a long ass time. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So, and I really don't find the need of, like, if everybody knows that this market is where you make money, and if everybody goes there, now there's just way too many drivers. It's already got, in my opinion, way too many drivers, and that's how the companies want it. The companies want it where they're okay. Let's say that, for example, it's a small city. Let's say that there was only this city only has 100 people in it. These driver apps are, in my opinion, are happy that there's 1,000 drivers with 100 people that might order something that day or may need help, and they might be cool with that because now the drivers are willing to take anything, because they're that desperate, or every order is going to be done because there's so many people out there. And that's kind of like the same thing, whether in a big metropolitan city like Las Vegas, or let's say New York. You know what I mean? It don't matter what area you're at. They would love to have way more drivers. And what sucks about that is that, okay, if there's more drivers, you may not get offers, or the offers that you get are all scrimmy and scrummy. And then there's also conspiracy theories of, wait a minute, what if these companies are actually they're telling me that with this is only $1 tip. How do I know that the tip isn't actually $10 or $5, and the company's deciding to keep 4 of it? You never know, right? I mean, I've heard people think that. I've heard people say that, and for all I know, there could be litigation about it. I don't know, but I could tell you this much: if that's what they do, that's pretty crappy, man. It's bad enough that a lot of people out here struggling, and the people that are doing this, that live in their car, and I'm not the only one. There's people that live in houses that do this just to get that little extra, and to them, a bad order isn't bad for them, in my opinion. Like, if they have to, if they got paid $5 to drive a total of 10 miles, and then by them doing that, like, it's only a little bit extra wear and tear on their vehicle, and they get to go home afterwards. I'm like looking at, like, every mile that I put on, this is my home as well as my office and where I work. You know what I mean? But I don't want to get too carried away. I am happy for Christmas Eve. I was feeling a little bit sad earlier, and one of the reasons why I was feeling sad is I miss my grandmother, who passed away several years ago. This time of year, she actually I was really, really close with her, and I loved my grandma very much, and it kind of just always was always really happy to see her and talk to her. And she's still in my mind, still in my heart. I still have memories of her, so she's really not gone. But at the same time, she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have the luxury of giving her a hug. I don't have the luxury of picking up my phone and calling her and telling her I love her and Merry Christmas. I do have the luxury of praying and saying kind things and expressing my love that way. But yeah, that's basically it. If you can, shoot me something on a donation on the Cash App. Not begging. If you want to, cool. If you don't, then no problem. I ask that you check my other content out so that I get higher watch hours, and I have a lot of other good videos. And please hit the like button, subscribe, and throw a comment. Thank you so much.